Hey guys, so I ordered one of these tire pressure display modules from AliExpress in China. Took about 2 weeks to arrive. So I have an IS300h 2014 executive model which does not really come with tire pressure display. This is supposed to add that functionality to the car. So let's see how this goes. It comes with this trim removal tool and some sort of instructions. Let me just see what those are. Don't think they're very helpful though. It says it has an air leakage alarm, high voltage alarm. That's when the pressure is high and when pressure is low. The value of second apparent fetal pressure. Not really sure what this has to do with babies, but yeah. Tire calibration, some instructions for calibrating the module once it's installed, so we'll get to this later. So my understanding from looking at videos for other cars is that the tire pressure module is behind this C pillar here. This module should be fairly straightforward to install because it just has an input plug and it has two of these. So like one's meant to be an input and one's an output. So from what I understand, you just disconnect this from the existing tire pressure sensor inside and you plug it in here, and this will go into where that currently plugs into. Cool. So let's try and open this and see how it gets installed. Okay guys, so I managed to loosen one of the clips. This is what it looks like. So all I did was pull back the weather seal here, put my fingers here and pulled it out. So let me try and remove. Okay. Having a look through, I don't really see the tire pressure module in there. Maybe it's on the other side. Not really sure. Okay, so it turns out I was wrong. It's not on the passenger side. It's on the driver's side C pillar. So if I pull this back, I can see that box over there. So that should be the tire pressure and key module. So let me try plugging that in and see. I won't able to do it holding the camera, so I'm not removing this panel entirely. I'm just pulling it back. So yeah, let's see. It's that module right there. It says BX whatever. Okay, so this is not very easy. I tried removing this entire panel, but I couldn't. I'm not really sure how to. I guess there may be bolts somewhere. I couldn't remove this entirely because this is held in place by this panel. I did manage to unplug the module, however. So now I'll try plugging it into this, and then I'll plug this into that without removing anything more. So let's see how it goes. Okay guys, first things first. So I realized I made a mistake earlier when I said that the module's located behind the driver's side. So it's actually behind the passenger side C pillar. So if you're in the UK, it's on the left side C pillar. Okay, so after faffing around quite a bit, I managed to get this installed just by pulling this back. It wasn't very easy. You need thin hands, honestly. So I managed to plug the unit in, and yeah, I plugged the wire from the module into the unit, and I plugged the wire from the unit into the Toyota module. The other thing is the module was hanging loose, and I've seen some videos where they've cable tied it to the factory module, but in this case there's not enough space. So what I did was I used some double-sided tape and I stuck it to the frame of the body. So as you can see, it's right over there. I've stuck it to the frame. Now we can just close this, just push these clips back in, and that's pretty much it. So overall, I would say the task wasn't too difficult. I think the part that was really difficult was fitting my hand in that limited space, unplugging it and plugging the China module into the factory module, but otherwise it wasn't too bad. Now let's see if it works. So guys, moment of truth. I managed to install everything and close that panel up. It was not very easy, but I mean, it's not too bad. Oh yeah, so it works. So I do see a tire pressure indicator now. It wasn't there before. So maybe now it's time to read the instructions and calibrate it. So it says close all doors, turn off the tire pressure interface after starting the car. Repeat 5. One turn will jump out of the calibration tire pressure page. Oh, I mean, I see 230 on one now, and the others are blank. Oh, now it's showing on 3. Maybe it just needs some time. So I didn't really need to do any sort of calibration or anything. But maybe I'll just switch the car off and switch it on again and see. Oh, there, it just showed up on its own. Yeah, so that's it. It works clearly. I'll try inflating the tires now, because for this car it's meant to be 250 kPa. It shows 230 now, so I'll inflate it to 250 kPa and see if this updates. Okay guys, so I have one of those digital tire inflators, and I inflated all the tires to 250, and it has updated on the dash. Although the gauge on the inflator read 255 for all tires. In fact, even when I plugged it in initially, it read 235, whereas this was showing 230. So I think there's maybe a slight variance versus what the internal tire pressure sensors are picking up versus an external gauge. But yeah, it works. So would I recommend buying it? I mean, it's up to you. Do you need this? If yes, then yes, go ahead and buy it. It wasn't too expensive. I'll put a link in the description, but I think it was somewhere around 20-25 pounds. But yeah, it works.